over the world, there are talented artists whose art goes undiscovered. There's no denying that there's an incredibly wide gap among the industry and underground musicians. This is lost art that's been found. Each week, you'll meet a new featured artist. This is Up On Game Presents Lost Art. What up, y'all? This is Esco with Up On Game Presents Lost Art, and today we have the pleasure of meeting
Mr. DGS, the Northwest Scholar, aka Rock Kelly.
the one and only, the man, the myth, the legend, Trackstar Kelly, man. How are you, man?
How you feeling today, man?
I'm all right, bro. We're just gonna jump right into it, man. So, for the people that don't know, where can people find you? What's your ad on IG?
All platforms at Trackstar_Kelly. That's been my handle since I went to basically since I started running track.
Dope.
So, you know, that's what I'm known for. Really in the city before the rap was really started, it was track and field. Really athletics, period. But my family is well known for track and field in the city.
Dope. We'll get to that in a second, man. So, just starting off, last time we worked, I think we were at a show in Stadium or something. Big Nintendo was there.
You about that shit. Damn.
You remember that? Just a little something about what Lost Art is. Lost Art was created to bridge a gap for undiscovered artists and promote them for what they're already doing. So such as yourself, you're working on your craft. We don't ask for anything in return. We just ask that we can showcase who you are and occasionally license your music and you know, try to put you on the map. So starting off, man, what's something that you wish people knew about you? Kid walks into a performance, he sees you performing. What you want that kid to know about you by the time he leaves?
That I ain't never give up. That I ain't never give up. That's the one thing that separates between the people who make it and the ones who don't. And making it for everybody look differently. You know, once you realize what your purpose is in life, you got to live in that purpose 24/7. You know, just wake up every morning and make sure you operate on that frequency. When you can go out there, you can do whatever it is that you got to do. You know, have conversations with God and put yourself in a position to make that stuff happen. But that's one thing I can say, whether I was on the track, you know what I'm saying, whether I was in the studio, whether I was standing on the podium giving a speech to Congress, it's like, keep stepping, never give up.
What's most important to you in the audience that watches your performance, though?
What's most important to me?
Yeah.
It's really it comes down to the messaging. I want people to really catch the messaging in my music. Like I said, when I started making music, it really started real personal for me writing letters to my loved ones who was incarcerated, and then my people's back home while I was in college, because niggas was basically dying to go into jail. And me being in college, not being able to, really do much about it, that was just kind of my therapy at the time. But eventually, that right there turned into those letters, just start making a rhyme, and the next thing you know, it's like, hold up, you saying stuff that makes sense. So sharing that with close friends and everything, and from that point, it just kind of grew into, real music.
Okay, so how'd you get to the name Trackstar Kelly?
So Trackstar, again, that was my Instagram handle from the jump. Trackstar Kelly. And after that, everybody know me in the city as Rock, because they can't pronounce my full name, which is Abdul Rahman. But, I'm Muslim, come from a Muslim family, and they just took the Rock, and that's what my name was. And the Kelly name is well known in the city, so it was like Trackstar Kelly.
Speaking of the city, where you from, man?
Born and raised, Uptown, Washington, D.C.
Hey, what high school did you go to?
I went to Theodore Roosevelt, middle school, McFarland, elementary school, Raymond, so all my real Northwest baby. I ain't really know nothing else until at 17, I got shipped to college. Really, literally, like, I'm talking about a couple of days after graduation. I was packing my bag, 17 years old, North Carolina State.
Oh,
so
cool.
I was able to go down there, shout out to the Wolf Pack. It was a big culture shock for me, man, being on that PWI campus around them folks. But, we'll get more into that later, too.
I believe that, man. Hey, so sticking to the music, how did you get into music? What's your take on how you got into it?
And it's crazy because I never wanted to, be an artist. It wasn't nothing in my, I'm gonna grow up, I'm gonna be a rapper, and that it is like, I never had none of that. I never had the desire for that type of fame, that type of attention, like none of that. But it got to a point where I saw how powerful the music was. And I know the message that I had, the people I wanted to reach, it'll help. I mean, it's easier to get to them
Right.
as an artist than it is standing on the podium, because we in a time where the kids don't give a fuck about Malcolm X. I'm not gonna say they don't care about him, but his image and his messaging has been so watered down and played with by politicians and, you know, all the other stuff. It's like the music was really
I love that.
touching these kids' souls.
You use music as a way to connect to the community.
Connect to the community and get the message in, you know what I'm saying?
That.
Or even, it's literally, even if they don't get it all in the music, it's basically like the music will just get them to the point where they're more willing to listen to what you actually got to say. If they like your music, then a lot of these people will jump off a bridge for you if you like their music. Like the kids don't want to hear Malcolm X or Martin Luther King. They want to hear Lil Durk. They want to hear No Savage. That's who really got their heart. So it's like, if I want to get Malcolm's message to, you know, the kid who's stuck on that No Savage, and I gotta find a way to out-rap No Savage or put No Savage on the song and get into that lane to where my message overtakes his, you know what I'm saying? Or if I'm stepping in a room with Lil Durk, it's like I gotta find a way to take a message and put it to where it's like, all right, it makes sense, you know what I'm saying? And his crowd takes that. So it's like all about finding ways just to get the messaging out there.
And so that brings me to this, man. Like, you know, growing up, you stick up for your community and you speak a lot on, you know, things that people really are fearful of speaking up on, you know, and we'll get into that, you know. But growing up, like, what kind of kid were you that kind of led you to care so much about the people?
Man, so the root of my movement, which is called Don't Get Spanked. We'll get into this later. You can read between the lines. But I come from a very, like I said, I come from a Muslim family.
Oh.
And I was basically, the same way you say kids is groomed to be shooters, killers, I was groomed basically by my family, by my environment, and the way I reacted to it to basically be somebody who rebelled against the system, the stereotypical nigga. It's like my father, you know, he instilled in us young that we was basically more than what our environment said we was. It's like, nah, we not. Yeah, that's what's going on out there every day, but when you step out there, you're going to be the product in your environment. You're not going to be a product of your environment. When we put you out there, you're going to influence the community. The community not going to influence you. So with me basically having access to the knowledge and other stuff that, you know, the other youth didn't, because I'm sitting through lectures with powerful speakers and stuff like that, because that's the people he put in front of us. Yeah. So it's like, yeah, we going outside. I'm on the same football teams. I'm playing basketball. We playing at the rec all day. But it's like once a week or once a month, I'm sitting there listening to revolutionaries speak, you know, powerful stuff. And I'm going and just regurgitating that information back into the community.
That's cool.
And the kids, they looking at me like, bro,
like
we 7, nigga. We don't give, we 7, 8 years old. We ain't trying to hit none of that. But now it's like us finally growing up. It all makes sense now.
So, you know, showing us the shirt, what give us a little more on the shirt and where can people find it? What does it mean?
Well, the website,
get a little deeper on the shirt.
The website, don'tgetspanked.com, it will be up and running real soon. By the time this interview come out, 9 out of 10 it'll be up.
Okay.
But this is just basically my way to encourage the youth to read between the lines and not fall for the symbolic gestures that they offer our community. You know, when we talk about real change in the community, when it comes to the black community, we don't get that. When it comes to all the marginalized communities, whether you say the Asians, the LGBT, whatever it is, everybody get executive orders. When they basically talk about being oppressed in this country. They get executive orders, they get money, they get real resources to create change. All we get is T-shirts that say Black Lives Matter. We get symbolic gestures. We get people kneeling on CNN. You know what I'm saying? We get people we get celebrities pulling up the rappers who promote our death and destruction and show the community that Black lives don't matter. We get them at presidential rallies, you know what I'm saying? Basically dancing around and shucking and driving to get people to go vote for these same people who passed in the laws to get the dumbass rapper that they had performing locked up. Like, that's the whole cycle right there. That's crazy. I looked at this whole joint for the last, 3-4 years. All these rappers who coming, performing at these rallies, connecting with the mayors and stuff like that. And he's like, oh yeah, it's just music, protect black art. And then a couple months later, his dumb ass getting locked up on a RICO charge because the politician you was just standing beside saying Black Lives Matter, they just now passed a law that enables them to lock your ass up.
Damn. So for the people listening, Trackstar Kelly has a shirt that says Black Lives Matter. And in between the Black Lives Matter, there's a psych, nah, don't get spanked.
Read between the lines, man. You gotta understand, everybody ain't for you.
It's great. It's like speaking on the statement and the movement, but also saying like, hey, bro, like, just be good.
Yeah.
So, man, going into the next topic, man, what artists would you say helped influence you growing up?
I would say my biggest influences when it comes to music would be, it's hard to say influence, because when I started writing music, I stopped listening to music completely because I know I didn't want to sound like nobody else. But it was hard not to be compared to people, and it's like, damn, I did listen to a lot of him growing up. So really, like the Wayne, Cole, I would say Meek, I done heard Nas, like anybody that you can think of that's like real
Nas
OD
crazy.
conscious type stuff is like there, but then it's like I put so much lyricism in my music to go along with the conscious wordplay that a lot of times people don't be hearing it until a while later, and that's when you get the comparison of, you know what I'm saying, like, oh, he trying to be like Wayne, he trying to be like, at the end of the day, I just be trying to get my message out there in a way that you'll take it. But I don't know, I've been blessed with a gift to write,
Yeah.
you know. And
So who would you say is top 3 for you?
for me, artists,
Yeah.
my top 3 would be, I would go with, if I had to listen to 3 people, like I just had to choose 3,
you had to choose.
I'd go ahead and take Wayne, Eminem, and Cole. Nah, I'm gonna have to go 2 more because I can't leave Meek
Go
out
ahead.
of there.
Okay.
That was one of my favorites. And Drake. I'd say Drake.
Wayne, Eminem, Cole, Meek, and Drake.
Yeah, that's my 5.
man.
I'd take that 5 and go on the, you know what I'm saying?
Crazy World Tour.
Yeah.
Yo, man, so is there any upcoming projects that you want us to know about?
I got a couple of upcoming projects. You know, DGS 101, tapping them into the movement. I got another project called Revenge of the Nerds. One called Rock on the Ave. It's like I got a lot of work coming. You know, so after I came home and I dropped that How Many More song, which I would say one of my biggest singles, and I saw like the traction it was getting, it kind of scared me a little bit because I told you I wasn't one that really, it wasn't about the music. But then I seen like, oh nah, this can go far, and you'll be, it's like, nah, I know what the fuck goes on in the industry. So I kind of sat back and found a way to develop a real, you know, I had to learn the business. I ain't want to basically go get raped. I ain't want my soul to get raped. I ain't want to get spanked. Real life. So I had to real life sit back and study the game, figure out the business aspect, you know, prepare myself for this spiritual battle that I'm about to go on, and then really come back, you know what I'm saying, with a movement in my own cult following to where I can drop my music and comfortably be able to push it, you know, in the places that need to go, because this shit all comes down to money and marketing at the end of the day. And I want in a position to basically fund and stay in control of my art. So when I seen that, I kind of just took a step back and was like, oh, we're gonna do this. We're gonna do it the right way.
Damn. So how did you gain all this confidence to speak so passionately? You know, is it just the driving you to help the future of DC?
I don't know.
What is your overall mission?
People be looking at me like I'm crazy, but I just simplify this shit. It's like, if something is wrong, say something about it, you know? My father, look, we would talk to Prophet, peace be upon him. If you can't change something, if you see something wrong, change it with your hands. You can't change it with your hands, change it with your voice.
Right.
And it's like, at this point, I see what's wrong. And I know niggas ain't about to load up the choppers and go spin on the White House. Niggas ain't about to go kick in the Capitol and tear this shit down. So it's like, all right, if we're gonna talk about it, let's really talk about what's going on.
I love that.
You know what I'm saying? Everybody was talking about, look, the activists, they go up there and get the same speech that they was basically handed because they get paid. You know, the rappers, they go up there, they rap death and destruction, and then they go read that statement that they was handed. You know, everybody's controlled by the same people. So it's like, at the end of the day, I'm just gonna boldly step out there and say what everybody else ain't saying.
I love that.
And whatever come with it, right? There's niggas out here dying for nothing. There's niggas out here gladly dying, you know, for property they don't own. There's niggas out here gladly getting spanked
Right.
for anything, you know. Woman, you know what I'm saying? That don't even belong in them. You spank somebody, you die over a girl, and she be with another dude the next week.
So, man, let's talk about that RICO charge. You know, all the dudes that's going to jail for this shit. Like, what's going on with that, man?
Don't get spanked. Like, I ain't laughing because it's funny. I'm laughing because it's sad. You know, you gotta laugh to keep them crying. But, I mean, like I was saying earlier, them same politicians, you gotta think about it, not too long ago, you had all the artists like, oh, it's just music, it's just lyrics, they talking about their life. And I'm like, bruh, 2 things. One, if you 30 years old talking about hopping on cars, something going wrong in your life. You know what I'm saying? If you 30 years old still talking about street shit, there's something going on. Especially if you supposed to be out of the hood. You got 100,000 on your neck, you got 200,000 on your wrist, you got a Bentley, all types of shit. Why the fuck is you still talking about being in the hood, shooting and killing niggas? Like, is this who we looking up to? And we telling our community that we should, you know what I'm saying, follow behind? These niggas is real life 30-year-old, 40-year-old men who's supposed to be out of the hood, supposed to be up, supposed to be wealthy, why the fuck is you still talking about killing niggas? Why you ain't got no other subject matter by that time? And then you got the kids now who are just thinking it's okay, and everybody want to blame the youth. Everybody want to blame the kids, but kids only gonna do what they see the people they look up to
Right.
do. So they gonna look at them and they gonna follow the same track. So when it come to RICO, them politicians sit there, they say it's just music, protect black art, and they pass the laws and they spank your dumb ass. And when people sit here and they act like, oh, people's telling, they tipping, no, you don't need niggas to snitch when you put everything on Instagram. They literally go on your Instagram page, look at all the niggas you say gang, love for life with the gorilla emojis and shit like that.
Yeah.
And they take screenshots of all them niggas and they look at the music videos and they connect the nigga in that picture with this nigga. He got the gun right there type shit. You said he hopped out the car and shot that nigga. It's like, y'all get a whole story.
Yeah.
They giving a whole story. And
Yeah.
again, half the time the people who getting everybody indicted, them niggas not even the ones that's active. They just storytelling. And I don't even know when it became cool to snitch like that.
Right.
Last time I
right.
checked, if I hopped out the car and did anything to anybody and you go in the studio and rap about it, you next.
That was my next point. So, do you ever feel or do you ever receive backlash for such a strong stance that you play? Do people ever message you like, I don't agree with that, or?
Look, don't get spanked. Like, we are stepping behind this. Is like, if we could sit here and we can groom kids to be niggas, bitches, and hoes, you know what I'm saying? And
That part.
motherfucking hypersexualized, stereotypical niggas and women, it's like we can raise people to be law-abiding, upstanding young black men. Everybody in the hood ain't like that.
Right.
That's the issue. They trying to make it seem like everybody in the hood is just
like
on
that.
some low vibrational, super kill them up. Nah, motherfuckers
I love
in the hood
that.
is hurting.
Hurting
Motherfuckers in the
and
hood
pain.
is tired of this shit for real.
That's all they know.
And they ain't really got no outlet. And they ain't got nobody who, with the platform, with the influence, taking a stand taking a stand against this shit, like standing firm against this. A lot of people just assimilate into that stereotypical culture, and I'm sorry, I don't want to be part of the culture. I want to get them something else, because that's not black culture. Black culture is not niggas and shooting each other, killing each other, doing drugs, and then just fucking bitches all day. Like, it's so much money. We got some of the smartest and the brightest minds out this joint. We built this fucking country type shit. We invented half the stuff that people was using type. You know what I'm saying? So when they try to water it down and make it seem like everybody's a thug nigga or a aspiring thug nigga, or everybody want to be LeBron James, and it's like that's what they put in front of our minds, in front of our faces. As long as we aspiring to be chasing them dreams, it's like people neglecting the people who really out here living a life, trying to, you know what I'm saying? Stay away from that. It's more people out this joint working 2 or 3 jobs, trying not to go grab that brick or trying not to go take down their plug and shit like that. Trying to stay out the way to raise their kids. So I feel like I want to give a voice to those people. Because the niggas who are proudly being a stereotype, proudly being agents of destruction, being an agent of the system, aiding and abetting the politicians that they blame for our destruction when you selling drugs and stuff like that, nigga, you gonna die or go to jail anyway. So why the fuck I'm gonna pour energy into you if I know you trying to crash out?
Right.
Some people want to, if you want to be like that, then go ahead and do that. But I'm gonna try to save everybody else. And I'm going, as long as, you know what I'm saying, we usually glorify that shit. They have us looking at a nigga crash out like it's cool. Nah, from now on, we gonna laugh at the niggas who crashing out. From now on, we gonna talk about what it really is, because they laugh at the people who go work at McDonald's to stay out the street. They laugh at the people who try to stay out the way. They laugh at the niggas who not in the club, staying at home watching their kids. So revenge of the motherfucking nerds.
I love that.
We gonna take the community back because these niggas is in the motherfucking way. So I'm done having people idolize the people who causing our death and destruction.
That's fucking fire, dude. I can't lie to you. I feel like I'm meeting like the future right now, dude. So speaking of like, you know, this same topic, dude, like in the same vein, you're someone that can connect and reach to the people, and that brings me to, you were speaking in front of MLK's daughter. Like,
Hey,
how was that?
We started performing in Bliss. Now we talk.
You're talking to Martin Luther King Jr.'s daughter.
Man,
how was that? And
like I said, I've been blessed to be in so many different positions, to connect with people in so many, you know, different ways. And, you know, that's one blessing. You know what I'm saying? Like that don't come from nowhere else. It's not too many people in our community that actually get the, you know what I'm saying? I got to go to college. I got a degree. I got to become an all-American, be one of the fastest people in the country, the world. I got to do so much stuff, you know what I'm saying?
I love that,
So
dude.
it's like all of this stuff, and then next thing you know, I'm sitting there and Dr. King daughter walk in there, and I'm giving this like, damn, bro, like this is really real.
Right.
Like it's really real. So it's like, man, I can't say nothing else other than that's a blessing. But I just hated the, you know what I'm saying, how they had her in there talking about gun violence, gun control, like a legal gun was something that killed her father, you know? That's what I mean when I say they be having people roped up, you know what I'm saying? Because, again, I know they know what she know what happened to her father.
Right.
She know what happened to her father. So when I seen her, I could look at her eyes and tell that she was in pain. She ain't even want to be there for real.
Oh, wow.
She ain't want to be there. Real
Damn.
life. I could look at her eyes and tell she didn't want to be here reading this script that they just gave her because she know they full of shit.
That's crazy.
She know they full of shit. So it's like that's why that stuff like that when I see my people, you know what I'm saying, y'all like they can't say what I know need to be said. That's just motivate me to stand up there and say it even more. Like you said, I'm not the future, I'm part of the future. You know what I'm saying? If I can influence another kid to step up and speak, and another kid, then you know what I'm saying? Now we starting to turn the cycle backwards. I'm trying to basically get to the point where they got the mentality that I have, and by the time they're my age, they'll have the resources to actually implement the change that we want to see.
I love that, man. And you know, we're on time, so we'll leave it on that for now, man. But you know, ladies and gentlemen, this is Trackstar Kelly, straight out of
movement, man. Don't get spanked. If you
Washington,
know, you know.
D.C. Washington, D.C., man. Let them know what's your ad again, Trackstar?
Trackstar_Kelly on all platforms. Rock Kelly, that's my artist name. Rock Kelly TV on YouTube. But if you go on any platform and type in Trackstar Kelly, I'm gonna pop up and you're gonna be able to find my content. So.
And where could they find those shirts from last time?
Don'tGetSpanked.com, or you could just follow me on Instagram. My Don'tGetSpanked_ if you know, you know. What's going on, man? This is Rock Kelly, aka Mr. Don't Get Spanked. Want to give a big shout out to Vase Studios and the Up on Game Network. Make sure y'all like and subscribe to the channel. Don't get spanked.